Hey, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back to the Diamond Mine. As always, I'm Diamond Mine. I wanted to put together something fun and fast because the other video I'm working on, I'm having just too much of a good time. It's not going to be out for at least probably another week. I got a couple new lights and I'm just having a blast testing them out. So today we're going to be taking a look at 10 pieces of kit that I find essential, that I thrive on, but I don't see people talking about or reviewing or really often using on YouTube. I know you haven't seen everything on this list, but probably heard of most of this stuff and use most of this stuff, but there are some things that are like improvements on the normal version. And like I said, there's at least one thing on here that I guarantee most of you haven't heard of or used or seen or anything like that before. The key word today is definitely innovation. Before we put together our shot back at the desk, don't forget, like, share, sub, all that good stuff if you get value out of my content. Remember, we do have a giveaway going on right now. Stick around till the end of the video for details on that. And I think that's everything for now, so let's go have a seat at the desk and check out 10 essential pieces of kit that I can't live without. All right, so I tried to figure out like kind of an order to put this stuff in. I was gonna go maybe like smallest to biggest or vice versa, or maybe in order of price, least expensive to most expensive, but it didn't really seem to like mesh. So I just figured I'll go from least boring to most boring. Now, like I said, some of these you'll probably already be familiar with, but some of them are probably some innovations that maybe you didn't know they had, and I know there's at least one thing on here that you're gonna be like, they make one of those? So let's get started here with the Ulanzi TT43. It's not a tripod, it's not a light stand, but it kind of is a tripod and a light stand. It has a 1/4-20 little baby pin on top of the 1/4-20. I've got a 3/8 adapter on it, it's not normally that size. And then it reverse folds out, but it's got multiple stops. So you can actually have it, you know, like this, if you need to have something really low but really stable, and that actually comes out too if you need. But you know, 2 more stops beyond that, and it's got a triple riser here. It gets about 6 feet, 5.5 feet tall, 6 feet tall. I use it all the time. Actually, it's not great for obviously like big heavy lights like this Amaran with a big 3-foot softbox. I use it combined with a couple other items on this list every day for something I find absolutely essential. We'll get to that in a second. Let's move on to the next item. Oh, I forgot to mention the tripod light stand is 35 bucks. And actually, this is 35 bucks as well. It's the Llano 65 watt battery pack. I believe it's 20,000 milliamp hours. I think whichever one of those makes sense. USB-A, USB-C, you press the little button, it shows you how much charge there is, and so that's really handy. But obviously people use these for maybe like their phones and stuff, but I use a bunch of internal battery pocket LEDs and other LEDs that can charge off of that, or just simply be powered off of this little battery. As long as you have the wattage on the battery and the cable, it works, and I've used it several times to power a 60 watt light. Like I said, 35 bucks, link in description. Okay, we got another piece of kit from Ulanzi, and that is the ST-29 phone mount / tablet mount. It looks like your average phone mount, and it kind of is, but it has these buttons, these release buttons on the side, and like each side has an extendable length that it can do. Now, I couple this with the Llano battery pack all the time. It's a perfect fit, and then just clamp that to the little tripod light stand thing, and you got power, you got light, or you know, whatever it is you're powering, maybe your lighting console or your camera, which is an iPhone for me. That one's only 14 bucks, and yeah, link, let's move on. Now this thing is really cool. You've probably seen it, I don't know. I didn't know they had these when I first saw it, and it's just a spigot. Now, here's a regular spigot. Well, look at this first. Everybody's familiar with these. It's got the 1/4-20, it's got the 3/8/16, it's got the 5/8, you know, pin size. They even make some with a flat side to prevent spinach. Spinach? No, they even make a flat side to prevent leafy green vegetables. But this is an innovation that I just cannot live without anymore. It's got the 1/4-20 with the flat side on it, but then it's got a lot of coverage with the 5/8 size and an actual baby. There's like a half a baby pin up here. So for me, once you use one of these, you can't go back. Those little tiny spigots, they're just too short for me, and the little screw top gets in the way on some lights. It's better to have this, and then the knurled thingy right here. So I got a bunch of these. I think these are actually, I want to say, how much are they? Yeah, these are $14 each. So these are kind of pricey.
$14 each.
As far as spigots go, but pick up as many as you can.
$14.
I promise they're so much better than the regular ass spigots. You will be thanking me. Also, it's a really fun word to say. Another piece of kit from Ulanzi. Y'all know I'm all about Ulanzi, but this isn't a budget gear special. It's about innovation, and this is an innovative piece of kit. It's a tripod that has a dedicated phone mount. It's called the TT51, and it's only 26 bucks. Now, you could put a camera on here, like a little point and shoot, but it's made specifically for your phone. It's got a great ball head. It's got a little cold shoe mount on there, so you can use that for anything from your USB hub to a mic, whatever you want. And then it actually is a triple riser. It's aluminum. It does not get super tall. For me, it's about chest height. I think I want to say maybe like 5 feet, 5.5 feet tall, but it is definitely tall enough for like some man on the street stuff, vertical content, and if you're sitting down, definitely full talking head, and you know, just your typical phone content. It's perfect for that. Okay, now I know y'all have heard me talking about this. I use this all the time. It's the MT79. Now this thing has a very common form factor, but make no mistake, it is innovative. It looks like a lightsaber for one, so that's always fun. But instead of like a ball head, it just has this back and forth mount that you can tighten. They made another one that was like 50 bucks, but it didn't have a tightener here. It just went back and forth, so if you had something heavy enough, and if you have something heavy enough for this, obviously too, but the innovation comes in. This is aluminum, and it's like 7 feet tall. It's a selfie stick, first of all, and it's kind of a big one, but 7 feet tall, or at least 6 feet tall. It's really, really tall. So it's perfect for little lights, little LED panels, stuff like that. Run and gun, content creator, kind of TikTok-y type of stuff. I wouldn't put like a professional, like, Aputure 120D on it, something obviously like that. Maybe a camera, maybe a little point and shoot. I honestly just use it for the LED lights, but it is perfect. I have like 4 or 5 of these. If you make phone content and you have like little LED lights like Ulanzi makes, like panels and even their little 40 watts and stuff like this, get you like 10 of these. Link in description. And yeah. Yo, you're still watching. Hey, that's cool. If you're getting some entertainment value out of it and you watched the video this far, do me a favor, hit that like button. Maybe share the video out to your story or something like that. Maybe hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Or not, no big deal, just putting it out there. Okay, this next piece of gear is absolutely essential, and it's this ProAim tube clamp. I believe Matthews makes one, and honestly I love ProAim because most of their stuff I think is Matthews, like the Kirkland Matthews. Everything has like kind of the same form factor, but you know, I got that PT4C from Amaran, and testing that out was really, really nerve-wracking because, I mean, it fell once when, like within the first hour. Those little clamps that they include are just absolute shite. I mean, it just takes a little bit of leverage for that thing to just pop out. And it was only luckily like 3 feet off the ground. But imagine if it was 8 feet off the ground above a subject or 2. There's, I mean, no way to safety cable that thing. I mean, it's just gonna, it might stop it for a second, think, but then it's just gonna go and then come down like a freaking spear. So I didn't know what to do. Kupo had one, but it's 80 bucks. Looks like it's probably worth it. It's a little bit more modular and is all metal. This is all metal, I don't know. This one's really great though. It's 40 bucks and you can fit a T12 size tube. It definitely fits the Amaran really well. It's got a grippy little rubber thing in here so it's not spinning around in there. I mean, this thing is great. If you use tube lights, get you at least 1 or 2 of these things. Thank me later. Okay, now, we all know what a ball head is, right? They're absolutely essential when it comes to mounting your camera. And then you've got like the miniature ball heads that are good for like lights and grip and gear and stuff, and they tend to be a lot smaller and not have as many odds and ends on them. Enter LeapLumin with these incredible miniature full-size style ball heads. Let's take a look at this one first. It's actually got, I mean, this thing is only maybe like 1 cubic inch, but it has, it's fluid pan, and then it also has a ratcheting ball head tightener, all metal, aluminum probably. Yeah, LeapLumin, that makes sense. And then it has this, is that a miniature Arca Swiss? Is that how wide? It feels small, but it actually goes really well with a couple other items on this list, and we'll get to that in just a second. Now this other ball head, it doesn't have an Arca Swiss. It actually just has this, I love these, the quarter-20s that have like, it's the spinning mount, it's a stationary mount. I don't know what you would call it, but it's really great for phone cage or light or something, but they're only 15, 20 bucks, link in description, and let's check out this next item, kind of goes with it. Check out these mounts. Let's look at the phone mount first. It's got a screw top way of like tightening, so you don't loosen it. It's not spring loaded at all. It's all metal, much more reliable. Now it's got a, what is that called, a spirit balance, spirit level on top here. It's got a quarter-20 right here, and the coolest part, built-in Arca Swiss. Remember what I was mentioning? This goes with one of the next items. In fact, I'm gonna show you on the next one. They even make a tablet mount as well. It's got the cold shoe mount. It's got the spirit level, and it kind of functions in a different way though. You loosen it and it just, and then once you put it on your respective width, it has a tightening mechanism up here so that you can, and it tightens on. I mean, it's really a great tool that I use all the time, and I'll tell you how. I put this on my Arca Swiss. This one's built in on like the back. It has it on the side, but it has it on the back as well. And I put this on the first item, the tripod light stand, and that's what I use for my lighting console. I can watch things on it. I can set it right there while I'm eating breakfast, watch something. I can edit on it. I mean, it is great. Let me know in the comments how many of y'all use your video gear for like just random stuff outside video. I started putting stuff to work a while ago, and that is one of my favorite things to use. A little miniature ball head, a little miniature tablet mount. I mean, it's a perfect little console. You would think I bought it as one little unit. Anyway, they're about 20 bucks each. Phone mount may only be like 15, but they're about 20 bucks each. Link in description. Now the last item is, I think, relatively new. I haven't seen these online for sale for very long, and this was the only one I saw, and it wasn't until maybe a month, maybe 2 months ago when I saw even other brands, and I think they're just resellers. And what is it? It's a monitor for your phone. It's a selfie monitor. And now I've got it on a little friction arm right now, but it actually comes with this phone mount. So you put this on your phone, and this magnetizes to the back of it. Oh, to the back of it. Is that sick? So it's only like 60 bucks. It's not like a full-on HD monitor, but I don't need that. And I can put in the false colors and all that stuff in the Blackmagic camera app. For anyone who just makes stuff on their phone, you just want to use the good camera on your phone and take a selfie. This thing is nuts. I love this thing. It's wireless, and it's dedicated wireless. It does have a USB input, but that's only for charging, and I don't know, maybe a firmware update. I don't know if they do that, but it's backlit. You can control how bright that is. The new one has a wired connection and does up to 4K 60, I believe, or at least 4K 30. I'm not sure what this one does. I mean, I don't care, right? Do you care if this is 4K? I don't care if this is 4K. I think anyone who cares if this is got a 4K resolution and all that, get an Atomos Ninja, or you know what I mean? But this is only 60 bucks, and I'll tell you what, it is worth every freaking penny. So I hope that was a good enough climax for y'all. That's definitely my favorite, most innovative piece of kit, especially under $100, which is, I should have put that in the title or something. I didn't even think of that until I started shooting that. They're all under 100 bucks, but let's get all this put away and do our outro. All right, so that was 10 essential pieces of kit, plus 1, 2 little extra things there as well. Let's talk about the giveaway first. So we're doing a giveaway. Now we're on the road to 500 subs right now. So as soon as we cross that threshold of 500s, I'm giving away 4 lights and a tripod slash, it's like a telescoping selfie stick, but it gets up to like 5 feet tall. So you can do your selfies and blogging and stuff with it, like handheld, but you can also go brrr and put it on the ground, and it's tall enough to do like man on the street stuff, so you can fit your like literally head to foot in there, and you can also get in close for just some talking head or whatever you want. And the lights are really fun to work with. 2 pocket LEDs, one's daylight, so it's a lot brighter than the other. The other's RGB. The daylight one is perfect for balance because remember, we need a modifier if you're gonna be shining it on the human face. Remember, we've talked about that. And then the other 2 are actually, they're tube lights, but they have like 360-degree illumination, so they shine all around. So remember that, put a card up or something when you're shooting if you want. And pixel effects, which I was completely blown away. The reason I got, remember I was telling you I got the PT4C, the reason I got it is because it has pixel effects. They're not automatable and they're not super crazy, but I mean, they're definitely usable. So anyway, I'm rambling about those. 2 of those RGB tube lights with pixel effects, 2 pocket LEDs, and the telescoping selfie stick tripod thing. It's perfect to get started shooting content on yourself or a camera if you have a camera. Now that other video I'm working on should be out soon. I'm testing out the 100XS, which I have on key right now, and that PT4C that I just mentioned. Maybe like another week, I just gotta do some editing and finding music and stuff like that, but I'll try to, you know, still keep it to at least 1 video a month, if not 2. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. If you dig making videos, and if you dig watching videos about making videos, then I dare say you've found your clan. It's good to have you, it was good to see you, and we'll catch you next time right here at the Diamond Mine. Peace.